Funnels, funnels, funnels. I keep talking about it because no one's listening. If you need business for your company, head over to nhbusinessshow.com/funnels and get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Hamster Business Show. My name is Chris Pastrana, and today I'm here with Heidi Kerman of Evolv Health. Welcome to the show, Heidi.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So let's get into this. Talk to me a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into Evolv.
Awesome. So my background is I'm a dietitian, and so I'm all about health and wellness and many different ways that you can achieve that. And do you want me to just share a little bit about how I got into this whole thing? Sure. So I was introduced to this company a couple years ago, and it's funny how things happen in life. I wasn't looking for it, but sometimes you don't know what you need until it shows up.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. And so I got started with this natural product line, which I was thinking, I love the fact that it's addressing really common core health issues that people are dealing with on a daily basis in this country, which are things like inflammation, digestive health, and like low energy and stress. That the inflammation and the stress piece, for myself personally, I was like, yeah, I could use some help with that, but in a natural way, right? So I'm always looking for things that, just new things that are coming up in nutrition, not fads, but the latest science and just how to help people more effectively. So with my client base, I see so many people that are dealing with those types of issues. So I was intrigued by some of these natural products and kind of just started, dabbling, using that aspect of it. And the company kind of shifted gears in their business model, which was a really unique thing that happened, and I was just brand new to it. They introduced this social giving platform through the company, and so I was really intrigued, like what's this about? All of a sudden they're talking about feeding children through this buy one give one platform, and it just really was interesting because I have always loved charities that give back to kids, and I sponsor a couple kids through different agencies, and so I started to look at this whole venture as a way to combine these different passions of mine.
Yeah.
So the idea being that every time a product is purchased or eaten or taken, a child who has malnutrition or in a place where they would be likely to suffer from that is given this high quality nutrition 1-for-1. So it's a very simple thing to understand.
Yeah.
So I just really became enraptured by that, and it's really become a passion project for me, that it, like I said, it combines these different passions that I have into one vehicle, that is just awesome. And I think people are looking for ways to give back more. So it was a way for me I'm already working as a dietitian. I'm already helping people with their health, and I love what these products can do for people. And now we can give back to kids at the same time. So it's just a kind of a win-win.
Yeah. Well, it's always good to help people. And when you find a way to do that with very little extra effort, it seems, then why not?
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. It's like, I mean, I think everyone has a cause they like to give to or be part of or, rally for, and whatever that is, that's great. Everyone, I think, has a different, maybe calling, whether it's working with veterans or some specific, cancer organization or whatnot. But for me, this, it was already something that speaks to me, because it's all about nutrition, but in another way. Like, I don't have to move to Africa to help kids. I mean, that'd be cool, but I don't have to move there and turn my whole life upside down or join the Peace Corps to help these kids. It can be integrated into what I'm doing. So.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let's get into this. Because kind of got a really good idea about you, and you're a nice person. You like to help people. Pretty sure I got that right.
Yeah, hopefully.
So let's learn a little bit about Evolv, because we kind of touched on it a little bit with you were talking about their business model. So let's get a little history on the company and what they do, and we'll go from there.
Sure. So the company's been around since 2010, and I got started with them, like I said, in 2015.
Okay.
Or just the tail end of it. So it was almost 2016, roughly. Yeah. But anyways, the founders of the company, Trey White and Brent Hicks, the company's based out of Dallas, and I guess before I was even part of it, their secondary sort of business name, it's Evolv Health / the Hope Movement. So they were always about helping people. Like even when they started, they had a water product and they donated water and some of the natural disasters and things like that. But it's probably on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
From the sound of it. And like I said, they had this transition in their business model because they brought in this consultant who, I think it was just a whole bunch of people joining forces that had really great ideas and wanted to kind of work together. So Sam Castor was this business consultant who was with another company and had wanted to create this social business model, but he didn't have a company that was willing to take it on. And so he ended up connecting with one of the president, Craig Smith at Evolv, and kind of sharing his vision for this social platform. And Craig Smith was all about it, and so it just evolved from there, right? So that's right around the time when I got involved with them, and it's kind of a play on words, yeah. When I got started with this whole venture, and so like I said, I didn't know what to expect because I've never been a part of something like this. But it was, like I said, it was this sort of unique alignment. I think in life, all of us want to find in the work that we do some kind of alignment, that feels like this passion for. You don't want to just go to work and, I know you're an entrepreneur and you love talking to different entrepreneurs and they all have these different passions. So it's like when you find that alignment and you're like, wow, this is just. It makes sense for me. It feels like the right thing. So, but the company kind of had that too, because Sam Castor and the founders really just started working together. And at first, they actually were only doing this giving model with one product. And so that's how they started it. It's actually called the Life Bar. So, which makes a lot of sense because, it's life giving. Yeah. So you can take one. Eat it later. I love them. So they started with it's a whole food nutrition bar, very low sugar. It really meets all the parameters for a good nutrition bar, which are so huge. But anyways, right on the back it says, when you eat this bar, a child is nourished. And so they started with that one product, and then shortly, maybe a month or two later, the founders of the company said, you know what, we're making an announcement. This is going to be across the board, every product, every time. So it's so simple for people to understand. Buy one, give one. Right on the package, it says, buy a bar, nourish a child. It's all over there's this quote here, if you can't feed 100, then feed just one, Mother Teresa. So it, like I said, it evolved from there. And now it's part of the culture. We're still a nutrition company, and obviously it's not just about giving back. It's still how do we help people here directly with their nutrition. But even when I have a client who is interested in, I may say, oh, would you be interested in this particular product? Oh, sure, let me try it. And then I just let them know, by the way, there's a charitable component of this, and that's why you see that on the package. Usually they're not like, oh, what the heck? They're like, oh, that's really cool. They're not paying extra for that. They're just consuming it, and that's happening at the same time. Yeah. So, I don't know, I just rambled on a little bit, but...
No, it's good. It's good to see, kind of chatted about this at one point before. It's good to see charity, and it doesn't have to come from the top down, companies can come together and do good things for people.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think more businesses are moving in that direction too. I mean, I don't have a business background. You probably do. I have a health background, but I really love learning about business too. I kind of, I don't think you need a business degree necessarily to, I don't know what you,
No.
to become or learn, entrepreneurial skills. But I think it's really cool just to learn about how these different companies are finding ways to incorporate social giving into what they're doing in a way that it naturally fits. Because I think what I said to you is that charity is a great thing, but they constantly have to look for funding, right?
Yeah.
So that's an uphill battle, right? Mm-hmm. But business will always exist as long as the business is offering a service that's, helping, that has a quality product, right?
Yeah.
Then it's doing the good aspect of the giving piece and also benefiting the consumer, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah and that's why I like the system of capitalism. And when there's a need in the market, something's going to fill in there to fill it. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a nonprofit who, yes, they do fight for money a lot. Mm-hmm. And that's why I like it when you mix the two, when you get profit companies who just become very involved in giving.
Oh, yeah.
And you're right, you do see that a lot nowadays, because that's actually becoming a big component of running a company. Not always, but companies enjoy taking what they've earned and giving it out to people and helping the community, mm-hmm. which is, kind of what people expect and would like to see too.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Yeah. It's almost, and it would be interesting to see in, I don't know, a decade or even sooner than that, like, how many other companies are, incorporating these types of platforms, in different ways. Like, you probably know Tom's Shoes. Are you familiar with the
no, I don't think so.
shoe company? I always laugh because it's like when you see them, you'll know what I mean. They're those little loafer shoes that are just, I don't know, they almost look like slippers in a way. They're comfortable shoes. Yeah. But a couple years ago, I just kept seeing people wearing these shoes. When something starts popping up and you're like, oh, maybe I should know about this right now. And so their whole model is what Evolv is doing, buy one, give one. Yeah. So you buy a pair of shoes, they give a pair of shoes to a child that wouldn't have shoes. And that's a pretty big deal. So I just started noticing people wearing these shoes. I really had no idea what it was and learned that. I was like, oh, well, when you think about it, I need to buy a pair of shoes. If these fit the bill, wouldn't I rather purchase those, knowing that it's also doing some good? Like, there's that feeling that you get as a consumer, knowing that that's part of your purchase. So, lo and behold, I bought a pair. I think I should probably grab a few more, but it's like, why not?
Yeah, because then you can directly put your money towards a cause you think is right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and people like that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. So we're going to take a quick minute here, take a word from our sponsors. So everyone, hang on. If your website looks like it kind of came out of the 1990s, you know what I'm talking about. You might need to reach out to Zim Ventures today. So head over to anythingbusinessshow.com/Zim Ventures to see what he can do for you. Because if your website is anything like mine used to be, it's okay. It might function. It might have the right words, but it's not doing what it can do for your business. Because websites are amazing tools for you and your company. And when you look at one, it's the same as when they walk into your store. It needs to be neat. It needs to be nice. It needs to be powerful, and it has to impact them. So, anythingsbusinessshow.com/Zim Ventures. Talk to Rob, see what he can do for you, because you need your customers to have that impression that you're a professional. Because I'm banging on the table, my arms are on it. Cool, I like it. This is good. So, is there anywhere you wanted to go? So, we got kind of the history of the company a little bit in there. Mm-hmm. So,
what do you think as far as other questions? Or I mean, I could talk from the, obviously we're talking about the business model.
Yeah. Actually, that is an area we can go into because they were networking. You said they're moving to affiliate.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be, and it's still that. Yes, I mean, there's going to be, the way I understand it, 3 sort of different channels. Yeah, like, I mean, there's always the customer channel.
Yeah.
The affiliate, and then the what's the name for the? I don't want to say business builder, because that's not the person who is doing more of the team building.
Network marketing.
But I don't want to call it that because I think there's another. Yeah, but yeah, building a team of people that are sharing this message. That, on that level, the affiliate obviously is, I guess, more. It's basically rewarding people for their referrals, right?
Yeah.
Through an affiliate link.
Yeah. Sure.
Versus kind of expanding it into other.
Yeah. Cool.
We probably don't need to get super technical, right? But
but it's interesting because, so let's get into it, and we'll kind of talk about it as we go here. Hey, so this one's fun. So, like I was going to say a minute ago before I wanted to turn the camera back on, network marketing is pretty common. People know what it is. But what I like about Evolv, here's my pen, it's not just network marketing. It has evolved, quite literally, into a couple of other designs as well. So let's go over the design of the company a little bit.
Absolutely. Sure. So as I was explaining to you when we talked prior, there's always, people can obviously consume the product as a customer, and we have lots of customers and a high retention rate for those customers. But as far as sharing this and building this as a business, Evolv has become more of an affiliate marketing platform, which I know you were familiar with, and basically rewarding people for their referrals by using an affiliate link, which you're seeing pop up in all different kinds of venues now, with just people have referral links, and there's discounts that can be given, and that type of thing, especially people that are really into blogging or various businesses that are really based online. So that's exciting because it opens up a whole different realm for people. And I always joke I should probably start a blog because it seems like the thing to do now, but there's a lot of different avenues for online business, And then there are people that are doing it more in the capacity of building a team and a network. And I think of it like a people movement, because when you think of a company like Tom's Shoes, excuse me, they're in the retail space, but it's directly a product that's sold in stores, right? So it's kind of like one level, like whether it's in Macy's or whatever store, and that's how their business is set up. But Evolv is a people movement. So I found out about it through someone else and really loved the concept, and now I can share that with regular everyday people that may want to give back more, that may want to be involved in something where they can be part of this, and not just as a customer, but where they can share it, because things are naturally spread through word of mouth. So that's already just the way that the world works. Referrals go a long way. So that's how I hope to grow my business as well. But people can be in those different kind of pockets. And the other really cool thing that this has just really started, and it's going to keep changing and evolving, but is that even in like the fundraising space, I don't even think I mentioned this to you, or companies that I think there's just going to be a lot of different ways that this can be incorporated. Like you said, the companies that just want to give back more. But in a way that just fits already into their business. So fundraising is another avenue where you think all the schools and the different sports clubs and teams, they always have a fundraising effort. But a lot of the times it's not a very useful, I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but it may not be like people buy it because they feel a little obligated, or they want to support their neighbor or their niece or nephew, but it may not be something that really benefits that person. Like they're selling candy, right? Let's be honest. So, and even in the schools, sometimes it's candles or wrapping paper or something that you may not like really need. But Evolv is going to be even creating a similar product to this energy bar that is maybe just a little bit smaller size and is going to be used really in the fundraising space as well.
Nice.
So that was exciting to me too, because I've even talked with teachers and people that, maybe are involved in that already. And maybe that's something that they feel they could easily, support. Maybe they don't want to build a business, but that's a way that they could incorporate it into something they're already doing. So there's going to be a lot of different venues for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see companies change and grow and, spread into new areas to do different things. It's kind of cool to watch, over time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it's like every time I recently went to a conference with the company and they had announced that. And I was really excited because just thinking about like what I said to you, that a lot of these fundraisers, if you could buy something that it's multi-directional, like you're buying because you want to help that child or that fundraiser, that organization, but if it's actually of value to you, it's actually something you're going to use, right? Versus just another candle. I mean, nothing wrong with candles, but you know what I mean? So that's exciting. And even from the charitable side, it's like sometimes companies are donating something that's maybe not the best quality, but that's what I love about this company is it's multi-directional in that value, right? Like the product that the consumer is using is obviously top quality, but the product that they're donating is also of the best quality for those children that are being nourished or for that fundraiser. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if it kind of makes sense, but when someone mentioned that to me, it made me think a little bit that, that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Heidi doesn't like candles. I got it.
I mean, I own candles.
That's what I got out of that. No, but you're right, because sometimes when you think of charity, you think, I don't know, maybe, what you're donating is almost of a lesser quality. But it's nice, the same thing you would be using, which you expect good quality, is what you're giving to someone else. And, it's kind of a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I even just learning about some of the different organizations out there, and not to knock any, charity that's trying to, feed kids in another way.
Yeah.
But, or even when you think about like the different food pantries or food banks, I know they'd all love to get like healthy food, to give, right? But sometimes what they get is what they get, right? Yeah. So that idea that, and that's happening like even in that space, that as a dietitian, I've seen that like the food banks and the food pantries, they want to feed people, but it's not just feeding them. It's my philosophy is always, we don't want to just feed people. We want to nourish people, right? Yeah. So yeah, we all have to eat. And it's great to obviously donate something that's going to feed people, but nourishing them is a different story. Like these kids a lot of them are in orphanages that the product is going to. And when I don't know if I mentioned that I went on a mission trip. Did I mention that?
No, you haven't mentioned that yet. No.
All right. So the company actually sponsors these mission trips where you can go and actually see the orphanages and the different organizations that the food product is going to.
Yeah.
So it's really amazing to be a part of that and to see it happening, and to interface with that. I think it just brings it to a whole different level. But I totally lost my train of thought.
You're doing good.
Did you pause it?
No. You're talking about your mission trip and helping people
and what the kids are getting.
Yeah, kind of what they're getting
yeah,
out of it.
Thank you.
They're getting a good quality and they're being nourished. And
yeah, and just so I guess what I was saying is that they are extremely poor. We went to Mexico, and so they're maybe poorly funded. There's just all these kids in this small space. I mean, they're taken care of probably the best that they can, but And it didn't appear to me that these kids were, they had food, but maybe what they have is not nourishing them, right? So they're susceptible to all these different diseases, right? It's like you can give someone calories, but if it doesn't have the right macro and micronutrients, doesn't have the vitamins and everything that supports their immune system, they're going to be susceptible to more sickness, more illness. They're not going to learn as well, all of that. So it's one thing to donate. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. But it's another to really give something that's actually helping them. And it seems like, wouldn't every charity do that? But probably from a cost standpoint, that can be, I don't know, a limiting factor. But yeah.
Pretty cool. So, we can close out of that. I forget what I was going to say there. I was going to talk about something.
It'll come to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you make a good point. Because I can see the difference between, for pennies, you could probably feed the entire, any third world country with ramen noodles. But, it's not incredibly probably nourishing for people to eat that,
Yeah.
So, I get,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm making it funny, but I get it.
No, it's exactly true. It's like, and we could live off ramen noodles, but, and you might get enough calories from it, but would you get nutrition?
No, you'd actually get 70 times the amount of salt you need in your any daily diet. But
yep, that too.
Yeah, it's too funny. So, so people that want to reach out to you, learn a little more, maybe get some products, how do they do that?
Absolutely. There's a couple of different ways. I could give out my email, give you the web address.
Sure. Whatever you want.
Either of those might.
You just do the web address, and then I'll link everything else into the show notes. So
sure.
I'll make it easy.
Yeah. So it's HeidiKerman.myevolv.com is the website where you can go to learn more. And my email is also pretty simple. It's heidi.myevolv@gmail.com. So,
feasible.
I'd be happy to talk to anyone about this who's interested to learn more.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Awesome.
So thank you for joining me on the show today, Heidi. It's been a lot of fun, and I like learning about, this type of work and charity work and, businesses that are helping the world.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to roll out with the last word from our sponsors, and then I will see you all next time.